So these 12 habits got me absolutely shredded and helped me with fat loss, and these are the exact 12 habits that I'm helping my clients implement as well to make some crazy transformations. So in this video, I'm just going to give you those 12 habits so you can just do them and get the fat loss results that you want. Let's go. Habit number 1 is a daily weight check. Now this is so simple, super simple. All you have to do is wake up in the morning, and the first thing that you do before you do anything else, probably go to the bathroom if you want, just weigh yourself and log it somewhere. Why? So many studies have found that just doing this one thing has led to fat loss results and weight loss results. Why is that? It's because you're actually being aware of what it is that you're working towards. See, whenever something's important to you, you want to track it. And one of the simplest and most effective things to do is your daily weight. So if you realize you're going up in weight, you'll probably be a little bit more conscious about the decisions that you're going to make that day, and you probably eat better. And vice versa, if you see the weight coming down, you probably think to yourself, you know what, maybe I don't want to fuck this up, and you'll overeat. So habit number 1 is a daily weight check. Number 2 is to follow a program. When I say program, I mean a training program, and you want to follow at least one for 8 weeks, and one that preferably includes some sort of resistance training. Because if you go to the gym, resistance training, you're going to help build some muscle, which not only makes you look good, have more chance of building a nice Hollywood physique, it also increases your lean muscle mass, which increases your metabolism, which means that you burn more calories at rest. And your body is pumping a lot of oxygen, a lot of blood to get around the body when you're doing those gym exercises. So a lot of calories are being burnt through the training itself. So it's an excellent tool. Now, why did I say 8 weeks? Because you want to be consistent with the program so you can get all the fruits out of that labor. A lot of times people just jump between programs and they're really missing out all the benefit they can get. All the benefit they can get from one, and I recommend at least 8 weeks to really do that. And also build some consistency and helps you build the art of focus as well. So with a training program, 3 to 4 sessions a week, resistance training, and follow it for at least 8 weeks. Include compound movements as well. Don't neglect any muscle groups, and you'll be good to go. Next habit number 3 is to sauna at least 50 minutes per week. And trust me, this is a massive game changer. When you're sauning, you're burning calories just being in the sauna itself. You improve your recovery, you improve your fat oxidation, increase your testosterone, and all these things are going to help you burn fat with ease. So what you can do is maybe have 10 minutes a day, or some days where you have 15 and some days where you have 10. What I do normally is have like 15-minute sessions, and then some days I'll have a 10-minute, some days I'll have a 5-minute, but usually adds up to around 50-55 minutes per week. Next is to walk 10k steps on your rest days. So I used to be a very lazy rester. So on my rest days I'd just sit at home, watch TV, play video games, just scroll on my phone. But then I realised that is nowhere near as beneficial as having an active rest day. So nowadays what I do on my rest days is at least walk 10k steps, or I'll play some sort of sport, and I'll definitely hit the sauna and steam room. Because walking already burns calories and is one of the best exercises for fat loss. Plus it promotes your recovery, reduces the risk of injury, keeps you lean, and the next day when you go to train, you're not just stiff, you've actually been moving, and you feel good to train as well. So that's an added benefit. The next habit is actually to drink enough water. A lot of the times weight doesn't change because of water retention, and you hold water because you don't drink enough water. So what you can do is, I've got a little one here, but I'd recommend buying like a 2 or 3 litre bottle, filling it up in the morning, and drinking all that. Helps you look leaner, hold less water on your face, your performance in the gym will be better, and it'll help with your fat loss as well. The next habit is to make conscious food choices. And what I mean by conscious food choices is when you're put in a predicament or a position where you have the choice between doing something that you shouldn't do and the choice between doing something that you should do. Every time you make the choice of doing something that you should do, you reaffirm into your brain, into your psychology, that this is the person that I want to become, and this is the result that I want to have. I offered my friend a donut the other day and he said no, and I was actually very proud of that decision, because usually he would have said yes, and when he said no to that donut, I was like, you know what, he's actually making progress towards being the person that he wants to be, because he's on a fat loss journey as well. And that goes for anything really. Let's say if I've not recorded a video and someone tells me, oh bro, do you want to jump out for a coffee this morning? If I said yes to that coffee, then I'm telling myself that this video is not as important. But if I record the video, I'm reaffirming in my brain that this is the most important value that I have. So next time you got the choice between a cookie and a rice cake, choose the rice cake. The next habit is to either meal plan or track. It's very tempting to just do the intuitive eating, but I don't recommend that you do that unless you have already achieved a stellar physique in terms of your aesthetics and something you're proud of. If you've not successfully done a fat loss phase before, then my recommendation is to follow a plan where the meals are already set out, and you can rotate this plan every couple of weeks, or you use some sort of calorie tracking app to make sure that you're hitting the right calories that you need to. Because I promise you, even to this day, I miscount calories, or I have some deficiencies in my nutritional knowledge. So I'll go back to it, I'll revisit my plan, I'll revisit my calories just to make sure that things are on track. Sometimes I realise I'm on a bulk right now that, oh shit, I'm not actually eating enough that I need to put on weight. So I go back and revisit the plan, maybe add some extra calories here, maybe add some extra chicken breast here, you know, add some extra olive oil there, whatever it may be, just to make sure that I'm on track. And I promise you, if I'm doing that here, you know, after 6-7 years of training, there's a 100% likelihood that you're making the mistake in your first couple of years and you've not got the result already. So 100% either meal plan or track until you've mastered the art of fat loss. Point number 8 is a regular sleep schedule. This is, I don't even want to dive into this too much. The research is stellar. The research is shown fat oxidation, muscle protein synthesis, better recovery mentally, physically, cognitively. If you're not doing this and you're really shooting yourself in the foot, this is the best drug you can take on the planet, which pretty much does everything in one. But people constantly miss out on it, and I get a bit tired of saying this again and again, but I'm going to tell you because it's that important. Use an app called Sleepwave. It's completely free. Set your sleep schedule and I promise you wake up fresh. And the best way to wake up fresh is to go to bed fresh. So you want to go to bed minimizing your screen time, reading a book, falling asleep like that, and you'll wake up fresh, no problem. Habit 9 is to develop a protein alarm. And what I mean a protein alarm is you want to be just like a dog that's hunting for protein all the time. Every single meal should be filled with protein. If you feel like you've not hit your protein intake for the day, your alarm bell should be ringing in your head, because that's what it's like with me. I'm always on a hunt for protein with every meal. That's just the way it goes. I had a conversation with someone the other day by the pool, and they were saying, oh, why don't you go for falafel? It's quite nice or whatever. And I'm like, well, I've seen it, but then there's just no protein in it. That's just the way my mind thinks. Even though it could taste amazing, I'm like, well, there's no chicken, there's no beef, there's no lamb. Like, what can I do there? You know, there's missing that. I might have a falafel, I don't know. But I'm telling you the way my brain thinks, right? You want that protein because it's going to help you stay full, which is going to reduce your chance of going for cravings and overeating, but also it's going to help you build that lean muscle mass, which will be good for that increased metabolism, which we said before. Habit number 10 is a bi-weekly physique check. So every 2 weeks you should be taking a picture of your physique from the same photo, same angle, just so you can see is there visible developments within your fat loss. If you don't do that, then how will you know if you're on track? And plus it can give you some motivation to continue on the journey, because sometimes when you see yourself every day, you don't actually notice any progress, but when you see a photo, maybe, you know, compare it from week 1 and week 8, you're like, holy shit, I've actually seen a lot of difference here. And that can give you the positive reinforcement to continue on your journey. Habit number 11 is don't pivot too early, right? I see a lot of times that the people I'm coaching, it might be like a day or two where their weight goes up and I tell them, look, could be due to a million different mechanisms within the body, we're not quite sure. And, you know, if it goes up, then a lot of the time people might be like, oh, you know, let me cut my calories down massively, let me increase the cardio, let me add a new gym session in. All of these things are just going to add too much moving, spinning plates and probably mess up your metabolism, and you can't stay consistent with it, all right? A simple way to shortcut this problem is to say, give yourself 1 week. So don't ever make changes based off of, you know, like a couple of days of data. Give yourself a full week and see, right, my weight went up on Tuesday, but let me see by Sunday if it's not. And most of the time what will happen is the weight will stabilize, and if not, it will drop. And if it's dropped, then you know you're on the right track. But don't just get scared based off of one little piece of data and decide to pivot too early, right? Stay the course of a week, even 2 weeks, and then make adjustments based off that. And habit number 12 is to trust the process, right? A lot of times people jump ship, you know, they want to do a fat loss, but then they want to go to a muscle building, and then they want to do this and want to do that. And all you're doing is messing up the progress that you've already made, right? When naturals want to build the Hollywood physique, it's going to take time. That's the God's honest truth. I'm not going to bullshit you when I'm on this video, right? If you have said you're going to lose fat, then complete it, right? Tick it off. Completely lose the fat that you were aiming to lose. Get that belly flat if that's the goal. Yes, you may lose some muscle in the process, but then once you've done that, once you've ticked that off, then you can go on a nice lean gaining phase where you have more strength and you can focus on the muscle building aspect. But trust each process as you do it, right? Just if you said fat loss, make it happen, right? Make it happen in a year. It shouldn't take longer than a year, really, if you're really consistent with it in most cases, right? So stick to a year, lock in, get it done. Then once you've done that, move on to the next thing. But yeah, that's it from me. Goodbye.